So, y'all probably cannot see me with all this stuff. So let me just put it over here. Um, it's Juneteenth. If you don't know what Juneteenth is, Google it because I'm not going into detail. I'm not Texas born or bred, so yeah, I would rather a purebred Texan tell you about Juneteenth. Um, you ever wonder if, like, or not even wonder, let's do this. Are you a victim of a work environment who give kind of like racist undertone? Do you ever wonder that? Or are you a victim of that? Let me just put some scenarios out there. So, what if you had a coworker of a specific race that it seemed like every time their contribution to maybe like, you know, something at work involving food, or maybe, just because their contribution is always watermelon. And if you know, when it comes to watermelon and a specific race, wouldn't you think, just knowing things of the world when it comes to, just certain racial things, just wouldn't that raise a flag? Wouldn't that, make spidey senses tingle? Wouldn't that raise a little antenna? Wouldn't it? I think it would, So, or what about, maybe, again, a person of a certain race, being around a group of a certain race, but again, this person of a certain race decides for no reason, but there's a reason, but the reason, can't be disclosed until, anyways. So this person of a certain race decides that they want to just bring chicken sandwiches. Oh, and then also want to provide watermelon. Again, me just living some life and hearing things and learning things and, just knowing things. Synchronicity. Or what is it? Just though I see something that, yeah, I just know that I'm on the right track. Something just popped out at me. So again, living some life, me as a Black person, I'll use myself as an example. I know, what things are said about Black people and watermelon and chicken and, it just, if it were me, that's definitely not a good look. Okay. Or how, like, people, again, of a certain race, talking to people of a certain race, addressing them as girl, again, and mind you, all of this in a work environment. Again, that, just not a good look. Yeah, just not a good look. So, with today being Juneteenth, let me just run another scenario by you. So, what if, okay, any other time, what is a good day of the week for a deadline? Giving, your employees ample time to get an assignment done. Don't you think that maybe usually they would do, okay, have this completed by Friday? Isn't that like the norm? But like, what if, again, in a said work environment with a group of, a certain race, and it just so happens that during that week, it happens to be Juneteenth, and Juneteenth falls on a Thursday. So then, for whatever reason, this assignment have this completed by Thursday. And what I'm just wondering, like, I understand sometimes, it can be days, specific. But, let's say this job is very strenuous, very time consuming. You're not having enough time to do, the majority of your work. And you're given a task to complete that could take a while on a Thursday. You were assigned the task. Okay, so yeah, maybe, you're assigned the task, maybe with a significant amount of time or whatever. But mind you, again, this job, you don't have much time to do anything. And you probably have all of what you need to do for the week that this assignment was due, probably already fully scheduled. And now you have to throw this into the mix. Why not just give it to Friday? Because, why Thursday? Just why? Wouldn't you think, maybe this day, that is, supposed to be, a celebration for, again, a specific race of people. But on this day, it's, oh, well, get this done. Just maybe just kind of, just make you want to, do it now. Or, or am I just being, am I, trying to, maybe I'm just talking out the side of my fucking neck. Like, maybe, And I've been told, I'm getting there, I was been told that recently, actually. This has nothing to do with what I'm about to say, but like, I was told this week that, you keep, having problems with people, you're gonna look around and, you're gonna, after a certain point, you're gonna look and realize that maybe, you're the problem. No. Maybe I'm around a bunch of idiot narcissists that are butt hurt, maybe, because I don't look to have a problem with anybody, but if you start, and what is it? Tiffany Pollard said it best. I heard that shit yesterday and I was like, hell yeah, I like that shit. I don't start shit, but I'll finish it. I'm talking on two different subjects here, but I like that. I really did. Let me see if the sun has shifted. Yes, it did. Okay, cool. But yeah, just what do y'all think about that? Because I'm just like, if that was going on in your workplace, would you feel like maybe that there's some racist undertones there? Just wondering, maybe it's me, maybe I am the problem. I don't know, sometimes, Keisha, sometimes Keisha don't know what she's talking about. Sometimes, it is what it is, but I don't know. That would seem, all of that, is definitely very intentional. Like, come on, man. And then, like, anyway, so yeah, it's Juneteenth. Like I said, Google it if you don't know what it is, because when we moved to Texas, mind you, this is my dad's home state. He did not teach us about Juneteenth, so I'm just like, what in the world? And it's red soda, Big Red. I cannot stand Big Red. If you want to take away my black card for that, be my guest, but I cannot stand Big Red. Big Peach, Big Peach all day long. Maybe I'll what was it, Georgia Peach? Maybe I belong to Georgia. I don't know, but shit. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I just wanted to just run that by you and see what you felt about that, because yeah, that that definitely gives racist undertone. But just wondering, just wanted to throw something out there, see if you victim of that or experience that. But alright then, I'm gonna focus on this road because right now I'm on my way to go get some barbecue. Dad made some ribs and he do like his own sauce and everything. My mom made fire potato salad, hamburgers, barbecue and all that stuff. The best thing, the one thing I'm looking forward to right now, one of the things aside from her hamburger and his ribs, is a burnt hot dog. Like, you gotta burn it just right, not just where the skin turned black, and you get you some mustard. That's it. Maybe you can have a little bit of barbecue sauce on it, but definitely just a little bit. Not no, don't dress it. Maybe a light glaze or something, but barbecue, no, mustard. Just look, try it. If you haven't, you're thinking, ew, oh my god, a burnt hot dog. You look here, a burnt hot dog. You ain't had barbecue until you ain't been to a barbecue. Let me just say that. Until you've eaten and enjoyed a burnt hot. What the fuck are you doing? A burnt hot dog. All right, y'all. Let me get off, cause yeah, people being stupid. So I just need to, yeah. All right.